All right, so earlier this week we've been doing Pythagorean theorem. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the Pythagorean theorem and we're going to find the distance between 2 points. So example 1 says the figure shows a right triangle. Approximate the length of the hypotenuse to the nearest tenth without using a calculator. We're actually going to use a calculator. So what it is this is your right angle. So it means that this is your hypotenuse. So we need to figure out what this length is and what this length is. So I'm going to label that A and B. So when you're on a grid like this, you can just count the squares. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So A is 4. So when we count this one, 1, 2. So B is 2. So we're going to write our equation, which is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So A is 4, B is 2. So 4 squared is 16, 2 squared is 4, 16 plus 4 is 20, equals C squared. So you just find the square root of 20, which is approximately 4.5. So our hypotenuse has a length of 4.5. That's how we do it. So now you try one. So pause the video and try this one by yourself. All right, number 1, approximate the length of the hypotenuse to the nearest tenth without using a calculator. So we're going to do the same thing. I want to find this, which is the hypotenuse, which is C. I'm going to label this A, and I'm going to label this B. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. B is 4. So we're going to do A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So 5 squared plus 4 squared equals C squared. So to be 25 plus 16 equals C squared. 25 plus 16 is 41. And you got to find the square root of 41, which is about 6.4. So the answer would be B. All right. So skip the next page and go on to example 2. Let me zoom in. So number 2 says, Fran wants to find the distance between our house and one side of a lake and the beach on the other side. She marks off a third point forming a right triangle as shown below, or shown to the right. The distance in the diagram and measured in the meters. So what we're going to do is we need to find C again. We need to find this hypotenuse. We need to figure out B and A. Last time we just counted the squares. This time we got to actually find the distance. When I'm looking at B, I'm looking at the y-axis. So it means that the value of x doesn't change, but the values of y does. So my values of y are 164 and 20. So you're going to do 164 minus 20, which is 144. So it means that B equals 144. And then we're going to do the same thing to A, but instead we're going to be looking at the x values, which is 280 minus 10, which equals 270. Whoops. So then you plug it into the formula, which would be A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So A is 270, B is 144, equals C squared. So you're going to do 270 squared, which is 72,900, plus 144 squared, which is 20,736. You can add it together, which is 93,636. And you find the square root of that. And it comes out to be a perfect whole number of 306. And that's your answer. All right, flip to the next page. I want you to try it. So number 4 says, Camp Sunshine is also on the lake. Use the Pythagorean theorem to find the distance between Fran's house and Camp Sunshine to the nearest tenth of a meter. So this is C. We're going to label that A and B. So A, you have to do 120 minus 20, which is 100. So this would equal 100. Then on B, you would do 200 minus 10, which is 190. So it equals 190. So you're going to do A squared plus B squared equals C squared. A is 100. B is 190. and then c is squared. So 100 squared is 10,000. 190 squared is 36,100. You add that together, and you get 4,600. You get 461,000 equals c squared. You square root that, and you get 214.7. Okay, so that's the main idea we're going to do. I'm also going to do the first example on your homework. So this is what your homework looks like. And what you need to do is you need to find the distance between the 2 points, like that. And what you would do is you create a right triangle, like so. So you're trying to find this point, C. So I'm going to label this A, I'm going to label this B. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So A equals 5. 1, 2, 3. And so B equals 3. So you do A squared plus B squared equals C squared. A is 5, B is 3. So 5 squared is 25. 3 squared is 9. 25 plus 9 is 34. You find the square root of 34, which is 5.8. And that's your answer. So if you need any help on your homework, just let me know. Other than that, thank you guys.